Welcome to downtown Detroit and welcome inside Ford Field. Today we've got a battle here in the NFC North. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Brooks now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out now in his 6th year here in the NFL. Brock his 3rd as a starter from Utah State. It's Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story, too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now we just get to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's down inside. Before he's escorted out. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They stick with Jacobs. Shoves one away. And some nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Quick throw out wide by Love. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice gain.
All set now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Wilson on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Throwing, it's Love. Now setting up a screen for Jacobs. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. So that right there, Brock, exactly what you want to start off a contest.
Opening drives are such tone setters. You come out flat as a group, maybe go through and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, but here they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. He stopped on the run back of the 27. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
The legend of this guy just grows year by year in the Motor City. The best individual season of his career, leading these Lions to a franchise record 15 wins. Now they just got to get to the ultimate goal, the Super Bowl.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Goff taking right to the air. This gets forward to around the 29. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down by Quay Walker.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Motioning the tight end now. Goff now on 3rd down. He puts some juice on it. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Goff off the play action. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Running left, it's Montgomery. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, This defense is all over them.
They've gone the wrong way twice. Need to make up that distance and more. Here's 3rd and goal. 3rd and long for him here. He brings it in. And this is going to be 4th down, Brock. He's out of bounds well shy of what they needed there.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that 1st down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brooks now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Packers taking the field now. Their 2nd series of the game coming up. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Love now off the play action. Taking a deep shot here. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up.
Not a bad first look for him in this contest. And I love them taking a shot, Kate. It's a shame, though, because this defense will tip the cap. They played that ball better than he could.
Almost a very quick drive, but the drop kick gives him new life. This is 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 10. Love trying again. He's loaded another one up. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Pass brought in by Watson. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and it'll give the Packers the 1st. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Now Love on the play fake. Man downfield, he's got it. So that's Dobbs. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Jacobs running behind center. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Going run again with Jacobs. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Handoff here to Jacob. He'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Love from the gun. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Throwing his love on 3rd. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Packers get 6 more on their early advantage. Jordan Love, the touchdown.
Hey, Kate, that play, I don't think it started out as a touchdown run. I think he was thinking first down, but all of a sudden, well, a little bit of space opened up, those afterburners kicked in, and he made himself and his team a phenomenal play.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. Sailors now on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. So the Lions headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Gibbs now from the gun. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Goff on 3rd. Finally, let's fly over the middle. Big gain downfield. And he is down inside the 35-yard line.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On the draw, this is Gibbs. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Again, it's Gibbs. The second down run good for 4 and brings up third down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They've got third down well inside field goal range. Another one for Gibbs. Defense contains him. That's going to force 4th down as he's dropped for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This one from 47 yards away. Bates' kick is up and good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time that he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Brooks now on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Play action, Love. Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And he's brought down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throw here, 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Christian Watson that time. 4th down coming up.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say, on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They get in on the grounds here with Montgomery. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Brought in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
2nd and 3 now. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And he'll have a pickup of 3, which is good enough to make it 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap here to go. That one connects. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And this is Savion Williams on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. That's some decent running there. Gets him 4. It's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Takes the handoff. Now Love. Crossing route. And this is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll pull his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Love out of the shotgun. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They'll go from the gun with Wilson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. Here he goes, 3rd and long. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
McManus sends it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Sailors now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense headed out now for Detroit. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off play action, Goff. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. So it'll be 2nd and long upcoming on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Taken in by Williams outright. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll throw 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And he is down to the 30-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. Well, we'll pause here, and for good reason. One of the Packers injured on that play and is being tended to. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Goff tosses that quickly out wide. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. He brings it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get some late points and the lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, Just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions push their lead to 3. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brooks now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Pass caught out right by Golden. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Love from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they're going to love that, partner, as Love slides down after picking up the first. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air with Love. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Fall forward, and I think you've got this 1st down, Brock. It's 2nd and inches. Love now to throw. That's complete to Musgrave. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Now it's Brandon McManus to attempt this Packers field goal. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our 1st half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Sailors now on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Lions, down running back David Montgomery, getting back to work. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now bring the tight end in motion. Run from Montgomery to start the half. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Trying to sneak here. Goff. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. A gain of 26 yards there. And that is good for a Detroit 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Goff to the air now. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Might shift to the run here, 3rd and inches. He tries to sneak it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Goff. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Running on second with Montgomery. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal. Montgomery does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
What is this? Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal. We give to Reynolds. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Third and goal now from the 6 after that last play. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. They'll run in with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped on third and goal, so a big choice to make now on fourth down. Let's see how this penalty flag affects things. So the flag is declined, and now, Brock, they've got to figure out what they want to do on fourth and goal. On fourth down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. A very short kick here from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10. Hand off to Jacobs to start the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be second and 5.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. And really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. They stick with Jacobs. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They motion a tight end left. First down, and they go right back to him. Have him gain about a handful there. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Here's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Play action, Love. That pass is taken in by Golden. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Love out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Throwing again. Love. He gets this one to Wicks. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Running on first here with Jacobs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. An injured player out there after the snap, and the medical staff quickly out to him. And that is Geno Smith that they're headed for. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Love now. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
The QB keeping this option on 1st and goal. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Love. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Ooh, sure looked like they were sitting on that slant, weren't they, Brock? If a route was going to beat them, it was not going to be that one.
Yeah, we see this route all the time, really at every level of football, because as a receiver, you just want to get inside that defender. And when you do, you hope to find that connection, but the contact knocked that sucker away.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
McManus sends it through, and that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good work so far. He's got room. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Lions and running back David Montgomery getting back to work. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Carr. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's complete to Slaw. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They give up the gut to Montgomery. Found some good space on that run, Brock. It's a gain of 8 in enemy territory.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Throwing is gone. Hits him on the end route. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. New set of downs for them from the 31. Montgomery now up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Goff. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
There's Goff on 1st and 10. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
On 2nd and 10. Goff. Brought in. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Running back sent in motion. From the gun, Goff. He completes it in traffic. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Now Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions make it a 9-point advantage. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions make it a 10-point ball game. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Showing a little burst so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Love now off the play action. He's going deep! And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There was a window there for a moment, but boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Love. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll air it out on 3rd. Gets it downfield, on target to Watson. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They got 21 yards on the play, and that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Stick it in the air, Love. Jump off, caught by his back. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They gain 11 on that play, and it'll give the Packers the 1st.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He finds Jacobs here underneath. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Quick throw out wide by Love. Good reaction to the RPO. They're going to get to him behind the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. And the Lions are there to bring him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
Now it's Brandon McManus to attempt this Packers field goal. This is a 48-yard look for him. Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Sailors now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. On the handoff, this is Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Goff off the play action. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break, Brock, as they force this 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now Love. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Packer. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him.
I swear I'm leaving the city if y'all don't score. Defense, one stop.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. They'll go from the gun with Wilson. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. To the air with Love. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Now Love on the play fake. Running right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Jacobs running behind center. And he's down very close to that 1st, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
7th play in the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Love. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Packers losing by 7. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Love now. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Wilson on the shotgun handoff. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Throwing now. Short pass brought in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Wilson does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Matthew Golden. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. And he brings it in. Touchdown, and a big decision coming up for him now. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Lions offense returning to the field. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. But they're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Getting on the ground here with Montgomery. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoff. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Gotta be able to make a stop too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Brooks now on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Love from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. Starts the return at the 34. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, now the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Some work to do here. Need to make some progress to get in range for that game winner. Here's 2nd down. Throwing is gone. Finds him over the middle. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. And he didn't need much after making the recovery, did he? A step or two forward, and he gets him the 1st down anyway. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now well, all reviews in overtime have to come from the officials. And we have one coming here. They want one more look at that play. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Works the sideline inside the 35. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that is good for a Detroit 1st down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Throwing again, it's Goff. Over the middle, that's to Sloan. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Well, Brock, they're in range for a game-winning field goal, but the offense staying out there right now. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And this is over. He takes it in, and that wins it in overtime. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.